Welcome, fellow fans of Clash of Clans. It is 2020. Let me be one of the first to wish you a happy, healthy, and prosperous new year. Thank you so much for stopping by. And yes, I mean you. I hope that your 2020 is your best year yet, and I am super excited for what is to come over the next year. Personally, professionally, in Clash of Clans, in just everything. I'm a big believer in the power of positive thinking, putting stuff out there and making it happen. So go ahead and do it. And let's talk about what this video is actually about, which is 10 things that should be coming to Clash of Clans in 2020. And yes, the second set of 5 are crazy. Okay, so the first 5 are reasonable. I do honestly think that those 5 things will actually happen in the next 364 days in Clash of Clans. The last 5, they're kind of like my long shots, just maybe this could possibly happen, and I'd like to see it happen, but I'm not so sure. So let's go ahead and get into it and talk about this, because it's going to be a huge year. It's going to be year number 8, the 8th anniversary of Clash of Clans. That is absolutely insane that a mobile game is going this strong with this many tens of millions of daily players after 8 years. So you guys have made it happen, and obviously, as you may have noticed, Clash of Clans is thriving. It hit #1 in the App Store twice in 2019, once for the Gold Pass update and the second time for the Town Hall 13 update, and it regularly can be found in the top 10. Okay, back to speaking of the top 10. Here we go. So the #1, probably most likely thing that I see coming to the game in 2020 is a YETI balancing. Obviously demonstrated by this and many of the attacks in today's replay, the Yetis are probably too strong even for maxed out Town Hall 13. So we say balancing and or nerf. It could be a reduction in the output, the DPS of the Yetis, the Yeti mites, or their hit points, whatever the case may be. Or it might be the strengthening of something else that is going to, in essence, be a nerf. We just have to wait and see. But I'm about 90% sure, and I've been literally saying this since day 1 of the update, that this is going to happen. It just is inevitable, unfortunately. Okay, #2. And this could be directly linked to #1, the balancing of the Yeti. That is more defense levels. Remember, we did not see a new level to bomb towers, archer towers, or mortars when Town Hall 13 arrived. Now, will we see them right away? Maybe not. We might see them later on down the road, along with some other changes as well. But I suspect, even given the color scheme, they just don't look right. They don't fit with Town Hall 13's theme. So I am hoping that we will see new levels to mortars, archer towers, and bomb towers in 2020. And who knows, it's always possible we could see more levels to other defenses as balancing seems necessary here or there. You never know, something else might emerge as being overpowered after this last or next balancing happens. It's a constant game of give and take, trying to keep that perfect balance that honestly, I feel like we really did see at Town Hall 12 throughout most of last year and through the World Championships. Now, along those same lines, #3, more level 14 walls, almost seems certain. A lot of players were very surprised that we only got 100 level 14 walls with the Town Hall 13 update. But remember, this is what happened almost precisely when Town Hall 12 was released. It took the next year or year and a half before we had every single wall available to go to max. And I don't think that walls really have that much to do with balancing. I think this is more of a progression thing, trying to keep maxed out players engaged, just literally giving them something to do once they've maxed out their Town Hall 13. And yes, there's not a lot of players out there that already have, and the ones that have are obviously just spending to get there. It's going to be more interesting to see as the year progresses when they release those, if they do 100 at a time or 75 or 50, but it's likely by the end of the year, I would think maybe by the end of 2020, all of the walls will go to that beautiful new look. And I really do like the Town Hall 13 walls more than any other wall I've seen in a long time. Now for my next one, #4, this one is a little bit backwards and kind of a trick, but what I'm gonna say is #4 is Town Hall 14 rumors. So what I'm saying here is more what I don't expect, and that is I don't think we will see another Town Hall in 2020. I think that maybe the buzz might begin by the end of the year. People might start grumbling and thinking and asking, and maybe there will be some hints dropped. But I really would not sincerely expect another massive Town Hall drop within 12 months. You guys have to remember that historically, the time between Town Halls has been much, much greater than that. And even Town Hall 12 to Town Hall 13, it seemed quick. It was 18 months. So I honestly think that we're probably looking at about 18 months before they release more Town Hall content, simply because you need to let a large percentage of players max out at 13. And also, let's remember the World Championships again. They will certainly be run at Town Hall 13 in 2020. And I just doubt that they would rush it that quickly. There's a lot of other things they can do. And that takes us to number 5, which is a huge update. So here's my prediction for 2020 and Clash of Clans updates. We will not see a new Town Hall, but we will see a groundbreaking, game-changing update that will blow players' minds around the world. What I'm thinking, possibly a new game mode, something that is going to dramatically change the way Clash of Clans works and is going to work to really, really engage players, get players excited about the game that maybe have fallen off. I think that the Gold Pass did that. I honestly think that Town Hall 13 did that. The Builder Hall did it, well, maybe not so much. So I honestly don't think that this quote-unquote huge update that I foresee in 2020 is going to be a Builder Hall style new game mode like Outside the Village. I think that it's going to involve the villages we currently have, our home village, but I think it's going to be outside the box, something that nobody saw coming, and something that the vast majority of players will absolutely love. And I'm just going to leave it right there. Those are my 5, the 5 that I think will probably come to pass in 2020. Now let me give you a caveat, a warning right here for the rest of this video. The next 5 are crazy, okay? The next 5, honestly, I believe that they are all long shots. I don't think there's a great possibility that any or all of these will happen, but I'm just trying to be a little bit outside the box thinking like the team does, just in case they pull a fast one on us. Here is what I'm thinking is going to come in 2020, possibly, as I fail that 99% attack. Okay, so let's go on to it. Number 6, and this one isn't that crazy. They'll get crazier. Number 6 is new hero levels. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw more levels to the King and the Queen, possibly getting up to maybe 75, maybe the Grand Warden, maybe even the Royal Champion. But honestly, she is so strong right now that I feel she would probably be nerfed or balanced early in the year and then given extra levels to make up for it later in the year. Hard to say, but at the same time, I don't know. Level 70 doesn't seem right to me. The heroes, the King and the Queen, they should be 75. So I'm calling new hero levels in 2020. All right, number 7. How about a new spell? This is something that a lot of players were actually a bit disappointed about when they saw Town Hall 13 drop. Players were surprised that we didn't get a brand new spell in the game, and they wanted it. They were asking for it. I wouldn't be surprised if part of one of the updates in 2020 before we see Town Hall 14 involved a brand new spell. Again, something crazy, something extremely unusual and different and fun. All right, here comes number 8. This one definitely a long shot, looking for a Builder Hall revamp. And what I mean by this is not a new Builder Hall level, not Builder Hall 10. I actually would not be surprised if we don't see a Builder Hall 10 in 2020. But what I'm looking for is something that is going to change the way the Builder Hall works, make it more exciting. I don't think that that means something like Builder Hall Wars. I honestly feel like the whole part of the whole Builder Hall needs to be changed, just the way it works, to entice more players to play. And I'm not sure exactly what that means, but I'm putting it out there as a possibility, as a long shot, the 1,000 to 1 shot, a Builder Hall total makeover. Okay, moving on to number 9. And yes, while this one is also a long shot, I am basing this off some information I got from Darian in 2019, and that is hero skins for sale. Now, of course, we've seen many hero skins since the introduction of the Gold Pass, and you've never seen a skin come back up to come again. The very first skin, what if you want that old skin? There's no way to get it as of right now. Darian mentioned in my interview way back in the early part of 2019 that there might be a way that these skins would become available again in the future. And then I saw this appear in Clash Royale, a tower skin being sold as part of a package. That is what I'm calling for 2020. I suspect we will see packages show up in the shop that involve runes, books, resources, maybe shovels, and an old hero skin or two that came from the beginning, the early days of the Gold Pass. So players that really want a chance to get it can still get it, but no, I don't think that there will be any way to get those skins with gems or with resources. You will only be able to get them with money, because that's the way the Gold Pass always has and always will be available, is for cold hard cash. All right, number 10 and last on my list is, I will admit, a selfish mention, and that is, how about a better place for the creator code in Clash of Clans? If you're familiar with the creator code in Clash, and you've seen it in other games like Clash Royale, like Brawl Stars, you'll notice that the creator code for Clash of Clans creators is hidden in the basement of Clash of Clans. You've got to go to settings, then you've got to go to more settings, then you have to scroll all the way down to the bottom. There's no way an average player is ever going to see that compared to Royale and Brawl Stars. I would love to see the team make it up in the shop so that the average player could see it, so that more content creators, not just myself, Galadon, that's Galadon, but everybody else, other amazing content creators out there as well, can get something back from Supercell. And please remember, I am giving 10% back to charity and 10% back to you, the viewer, especially you that made it all the way to the end of the episode. You are the true Galafan members, and I love every gosh darn last one of you. So have an amazing 2020. Get out there, make the best of the rest of your day, be kind to people, animals, and the planet. I'll see you back here again tomorrow for more Full Attacks.
Galadon, your New Year's resolution should be to talk slower.